Hey all, and welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We have thrashed Fred. He will no longer bother us. So I guess we gotta find the Weasley sister within the Weasley woods. I guess they own woods. I thought they were poor. Whatever, it's all relative in the wizarding world, I suppose. And there's a bunch of stuff to find here, like a magical witches and wizards card, and maybe a particularly familiar antagonistic force, Richu.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I have to say, they have proper expanded everything that you do here, because in the GameCube version, it is pretty condensed, I suppose, in that you learn how to flipendo on the washing machine. You then do a bit of gnome attacking in the barn. And then you do the denoming minigame, and that's basically it for the Weasley, for the Burrow. And then you move the hell on, and oh, hello, visual glitch looking through a tree.
That sequence of events is like you were speaking English, the words, but they're strewn together. I followed none of it. It's like, my goodness.
Here he is, the famous washing machine that Arthur enchanted to be alive and shoot underpants for some reason.
What a sad and deprived existence. Like, what is my purpose? You clean my socks. Oh my god.
You have Internet Explorer installed on you. You exist to install other better browsers. Terrible life. Terrible. Now, this kind of caught me off guard at first. You have to Wingardium Leviosa, the thing, over here, and much like in a very old Legend of Zelda game, you climb on top, and then you get up here. If you want to get the beans on the top, I believe you will continue to levitate the washing machine, and then you can use it as a climbing block to get up there. But I'm good on beans for the time being.
Okay, but, like, since Arthur brought it to life, and now it is not alive, that makes it a corpse. And so we use that corpse.
Well, I think it can come back to life for the time being, but just don't dilly-dally, is what I'm trying to say here.
Right.
Grind for your beans elsewhere.
Indeed. Levitate your rocks now. Get beans later. Don't drop it on Harry's head, whatever you do. He doesn't need another scar.
I like how Harry is written like as such a main protagonist character coon. Like, even in this game, just like how Ron talks about like, well, Ginny sounds sure interested in you. It's like, bro, why are you talking about your sister that way? Like, what is going on? Like, literally the universe bends around Harry Potter just to make things radder for him, and just people say like the most irrational things to like just make Harry Potter's life way cooler and radder in like the first couple books. It's the weirdest thing, and I love it.
No, you see, Ron is just trying to secure the Weasley bloodline. He's the fucking Chris Redfield of the Harry Potter universe.
His sister is the most eligible bachelorette, and he will be damned. I don't know where this goes further than 2 episodes of Bridgerton, but damn it, it gets weird and creepy.
Well, can't say I've ever watched that. But I know a few of the Harry Potter alumni were in a similar thing in Downton Abbey, such as Dame Maggie Smith. She's in there, Professor McGonagall. And that's the extent of my knowledge. Goodbye, folks.
The Harry Potter alum have gone on to do some very varied things. I think, at the end of the day, Daniel Radcliffe is the one who's probably, from the young cast anyway, maintained his acting career most effectively and done some of the probably craziest things. Because I remember one of like the earliest roles that he did following Harry Potter was the stage show Equus, which yes, requires nudity and basically, horse fornication. And I mean, that's about as far as you can get from Harry Potter. But he's gone on to do various other things, including playing a dead body.
I am pleasantly surprised at the number of opportunities that we've had to see Daniel Radcliffe's adult anus and his butt. Like, it has been a pleasant surprise.
There's something in it for everyone when Daniel Radcliffe gets on the stage. He is a consummate professional. For me, it's his ability to transform the scene into just magic, if you will. For Mexi, it's the sweet arse. So there's something for everyone.
It's them cheeks.
Yeah. Oh my god. Harry Potter and the clapping of the ass cheeks.
The clapping of the cheeks.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So you may notice we're getting beans in pretty much every colour imaginable here. In the first game, they were kind of separated into like red, blue, yellow, green. I guess to match the Hogwarts houses, now that I think about it. But here, they're just kind of there, and if you get enough of them, you can like buy stuff off Fred and George. Jesus bees, fuck off. And I believe if you manage to rack up 500, you can go into a certain door that you could not go into in Philosopher's Stone and get the Flipendo Duo, which is a much more powerful version of Flipendo. I won't be doing that in this one, because I didn't feel like, you know, grinding for beans.
Tut, Tom, that's just shameful.
What? I drink tea, alright? I don't drink coffee.
Multicolor bean just like reeks of a DK64 energy of like, oh yeah, it's you're collecting the same thing, but it's a different color, so we can have way more spots for them. Like, I can see how they were streamlining it here with just it's beans. Like, it doesn't matter what color you pick up; it just all goes to the same bean pile.
Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. Much like in that one Daniel Radcliffe thing he mentioned about being a corpse.
Yeah.
More like Farty Potter. Yeah, get on the Switch. Beans!
All of them.
When I mentioned that I'm thinking about them beans, I want you to picture the scene of them just dropping down in front of me.
I'm specifically referring to the shower of beans.
Well, like I said, you can come back to this area later and get it if you miss it, but at one of the forks in the road there is a Witches and Wizards card, if you want to pick it up before you go to Hogwarts. But again, it's a very quality of life assured game. They made sure that you can't, you know, lock yourself out of stuff. Unlike in Philosopher's Stone, where I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, it was quite a cruel game in that respect.
Chamber of Secrets being the second book, like, this is the first sequel, so this is the first time we see like the pattern that like kind of comes out of like the Harry Potter books, where you have the pre-Hogwarts shenanigans. Like, you kind of get like Harry's origin stories in the first book, but this kind of gives you like this whole area.
Yeah.
And then they start doing it in all the other books where you do like have his like going back to school moments. So
some of my favourite moments actually occur outside of Hogwarts. I love the place, and I can't wait for a Hogwarts Legacy next year. Look out for a playthrough of that. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's kind of like how I love the in-between sagas episodes of Pokemon, where Ash kind of like goes back to Pallet and just hangs out with his Pokemon.
Yeah, that is fair. I mean, I have to say, like, I think I was initially looking forward to Harry Hogwarts Legacies, but then the whole J.K. Rowling being very transphobic came out, and following that, I have made the personal decision that I cannot financially support anything that woman is involved in, because I just don't want my money going to someone who's caused harm to people who don't deserve it. And that's my soapbox.
bro, if it helps, say it to the tune of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. J.K. Rowling is a transphobe.
Well, it's catchy, I'll give it that, and we'll say no more on the matter, because I think Richie has put it eloquently.
Try to do my best with those sorts of things.
Yeah, you don't want to just be, like, bitchy about it, because it kind of undersells what you're trying to say. Oh my god, I thought we were in hell for a second there.
Well, I mean, wouldn't surprise me.
That's where we're going, I guess, eventually.
Are you sure this is safe? Piece of cake! Diagon Alley!
Ah, yes. This seems very safe. Just jump into the fireplace, and you go into a fucking Mario 64 slide sequence.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, this is a thing.
You gotta represent the flu powder sequence somehow, mate.
But it's instant transportation.
Exactly. It doesn't take you to subspace.
Now we're just doing a Green Comet mission.
Kind of, yeah. Now be careful because you can just slide off like a tit, like I did multiple times. So steer correctly and get dear Harry to his destination. Watch out for the fireballs.
Because of course there's fireballs on this this ride, which is meant to be instantaneous.
I swear to God, if we get out of this, this is the most funny thing ever. Look, bang, ah, fuck. And then it freezes, because it has to transition to a storybook cutscene.
And that's if you do a good job. That's what you get when you do a good job in this game.
As Harry lay there, rubbing his head, he thought, if someone doesn't kill Fred first, I'll make sure it happens.
Evil-looking masks stared down from the wall, and rusty spiked
Again, with the
instruments
knowledge of all the
from side.
timelines. We know the
sooner
path.
I get
We
out
know
of
the
here,
path
the
that the twins
better.
go down.
Harry heard
It's
a
not
noise
worth
from
it.
the door.
We must collect the 6 Infinity Horcruxes to finally Fred out of existence.
Harry looked
Well, yes,
around
either
and
that,
spotted a large
or,
black
you know,
helmet.
what
He
if
shoved it into
Fred
the
survived?
door. Even a small crack to peer.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, and on to actual commentary now, instead of this hack repeated joke shit. This was a section in the GameCube version, and it's kind of stealth-ish. Probably overselling it to call it stealth and what. Oh my god, there he is, adult Malfoy.
My father
will hear of this.
Harry went to
It's me, Harry. Are you having a stroke to get away from me?
That is an interesting shot of Harry. Did he trade in his glasses for some sunglasses? Because they're looking so especially dark there. More so than you'd expect.
Harry's going through a rebellious period. He wants to wear sunglasses, be hip and cool.
Famous Harry Potter.
Best character is here!
Of course.
Looking better than ever, I must say.
Well, his player icon is still the same as ever in the actual game. We have since made that into a HFC Twitch emote, which I'm very proud of, HFC Malfoy.
I suppose those books
Well,
are the
I mean,
best your
to be
father
fair,
can
like,
give you.
that was one of, if not the most funny moments that we've probably ever had, because like none of us could stop laughing for like nigh on 10 minutes.
I don't think we're going to reach those levels again in this playthrough, but to be fair, that was only one part of like a 10-part playthrough.
Good times, good times.
Like, when you're not expecting it, it's like the funniest thing. As soon as sort of, you know, it's something to expect, you're just like, it's not as funny this time around.
Yeah.
And then into the story we go. This is also like Yoshi's Island. This game is bananas. Like, there's so many things going on with the way that they're trying to, like, literally just retell Chamber of Secrets' story.
Yeah, they're trying to gamify sections that haven't really been gamified before, and hey, turning this into, like, a chase sequence, a fucking Crash Bandicoot chase sequence where that thing's the polar bear, and we're Crash riding Polar.
They had no choice. Like they had no choice but to make this scene. Like they would have had another like ET moment on their hands if they did not include like a flying car segment in their Chamber of Secrets game.
You say that, but the GameCube version does not have a playable flying car section.
That's why we're not playthroughing it.
So you go through Diagon Alley. So you go through obviously the place that he gets to by saying diagonally. I can never remember the name of, but I don't really care. And then yeah, you go through Diagon Alley, pick up a few things. That's actually where you run into Ginny for the first time, and yeah, then you just get cutscene to get you through the flying car section, and then you end up having a whole sort of exploration / boss fight with the Whomping Willow.
There you go.
To be honest, this would have been cool. I would have liked this, because I mean, to be honest, you're playing with the it's the one bit of Chamber of Secrets that everyone looks at and just goes, ah, that's fun.
It's iconic, really, the flying Ford Anglia.
They use it on the cover for some of the regions for the books too sometimes. And this is also the book with the giant dungeon snake. So like, you know, driving the flying car, I mean, it kind of goes to show you that it is a very nice and memorable scene, even just within the series.
To be fair, they kind of balances out in the GameCube version by giving you kind of a big old hub to fly around with on your unlockable Nimbus 2000, so...
That is true, and that is quite fun, to be fair.
Now, coming up here in the second phase of this chase, that would end instantly if we just decide to fly even the slightest bit upwards, is a missable magic card, which is a wizard's card. But again, like with the denoming section, etc., you can come back here later via a mechanic we'll see when we get to Hogwarts.
Does it happen to be a remember-all by any chance?
No, it is a card, mate. Oh, you mean the mechanic? No, actually, it's involving a character who is introduced in Chamber of Secrets.
Is it Colin Creevy?
It is. It's his photo album.
I suppose that makes sense, but then really it should have just... Well, it should have been... the thing that I don't actually know the name of, but the remembrance well thingy that's in Dumbledore's office.
Oh, the Pensieve.
That's it, yeah, the thing with the tears, and then you go through the memories. You see, that would have been a much more effective way of replaying levels, but then again, to be fair, I don't think it had necessarily been included in a story at this point in time, so they wouldn't have known that is a thing that they could have done.
Drag them, Richie. Drag them.
Yes, drag them. Put them in the Pensieve. We got the thing. We got the card. It's all good.
Hey!
Can't believe Ronald Weasley was like, Harry, you must get the speed boost and don't forget the spanners, whatever one of those is. Is it a spanner or a wrench? I always get those two confused.
I don't actually know. Let me have a look.
Ooh, you are asking this guy the wrong question about tools there, my dude.
Yeah, you create weed, Richie works for the council, I sit on my arse at home talking over video games. None of us are mechanics.
Well, you used to work for the council and now work for a university, but that's besides the point.
Okay, is it a university of wrenches and or spanners and the differences therein?
It is not, however, so the difference, according to Halfords, appears to be that a wrench generally refers to adjustable wrenches, so they have a movable lower jaw, but a spanner is size specific and sort of you can't move it. But the reason that there's a confusion is because American English use wrench as an all-encompassing term for both, but here in the UK...
You can just call it English, Richie, it's okay.
Here in the UK, using, proper English, speakers distinguish between wrenches and spanners. So, we're doing it correctly because we are making sure that you can tell the difference between the items you're using if someone asks you for it whilst needing it. Whereas, Americans just decide to make it confusing.
Wrench law. How about it? So yeah, we got the Whomping Willow, definitely not as involved or tricky as the GameCube version. When it opens its mouth, just fire a Flipendo into it, and you're basically halfway there already.
Although I kind of want to say, that is not a willow, that is a slightly balked ent.
Kind of, yeah.
Actually, it's a bunch of pixels, but this is neither a pipe nor there.
Yo, look at this action movie freeze frame shit. Ron, you son of a bitch.
What is this? This is the most... I love it, but the thing is, because Chamber of Secrets doesn't have any, weird... it's just told, as the story. I think it's so weird that this game is turning it into memories and sequences and, book pages. What is going on?
Well, they're trying to bridge the gap between game and book, and, I think Stephen Fry is doing the narration here, actually.
not Slytherin.
I'm pretty sure he's mentioned in the credits. I'll look this up. You guys meme and riff in the
But
meantime.
of course,
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's not necessarily that much time we've got to meme left, because there's only like 40 seconds left of the part.
Okay.
But yes, there's in the background the Richard Harris version of Dumbledore before he sadly passed away.
it was
Richard Harris was amazing until
Harry's least
that is a choice.
I'm waiting to hear.
Ah, Mr. Potter, I can't wait to see you in potions where I'll smoke this fat, invisible blunt.
I can't believe they straight up old yeller Dumbledore and they just thought we wouldn't notice. They thought, don't worry, the kids will notice that it's new Dumbledore. We noticed.
Snape killed Dumbledore, by the way. Alright, see you next time, bye.